Lin Tian held the long spear, his entire body radiating a terrifying, oppressive aura as he walked straight across the water's surface. Lin Tian suddenly curved his lips into a cold smile. You intend to escape by entering the water? The moment the words fell, he immediately hurled the long spear forward. The spear, carrying immense power, parted the waves and pierced through the surface of the lake. The next second, it plunged straight into a point deep beneath the water. A blinding light suddenly flared high into the sky, forming a column of golden light. Alicinia's eyes widened in astonishment at the sight. Is that a world-class magical artifact? No, that destructive power is much greater. Looking at the water goblins, who had all retreated underwater, being simultaneously charred and floating on the surface from the previous strike, Alicinia couldn't help but think, it has long surpassed a world-class weapon. On the lakeshore, a bonfire crackled. The water goblin lord, covered in wounds and knocked unconscious, was slumped against a rock. Just then, a faint aroma wafted into its nostrils. It jolted awake, its blood-red eyes suddenly widening. Lin Tian, sitting beside the fire, was grilling a water goblin. He sighed with satisfaction. Not bad. It's quite similar to fish meat. But it's a little too oily, especially the meat around the waist. Another water goblin, tied up and being carried away by two goblins, cried out, Lord! Save me! The water goblin lord glared, its eyes nearly bursting, and roared, You beasts! What are you lowly creatures doing? Give me back the lives of my kin! It trembled, unable to believe what it was seeing, and mumbled, How dare they eat my people? The heavily wounded water goblin lord was temporarily unable to stand up. It shouted helplessly, Damn it, damn it! Why can't my body move? Lin Tian held a piece of grilled meat up to its face. He smiled maliciously and asked, Do you know what this is? The water goblin lord cursed angrily. You damned goblin! I will kill you! The cannibal vulture spoke with a gloomy expression. When you and the northern lord repeatedly encroached upon and massacred my kin, did you ever show mercy? Now you only have yourself to blame. Hearing this, the water goblin lord immediately lost his ground in the argument. The goblins captured all the female water goblins and led them away. They looked back at the water goblin lord with desperate eyes, pleading for help. Lord! Save us! Save us! The water goblin lord was startled. What are you doing with them? Don't be so heartless. If you have the guts, just exterminate my water goblin race. Lin Tian curled his lips into a cold smile. Don't worry. A face like that of the water goblins, even my subordinates wouldn't dare touch them. However, they have other uses for me. I will take very good care of them for you. The water goblin lord finally knew fear. It loudly pleaded, I beg you, Lord Goblin. Please spare the rest of my kin. This matter has nothing to do with them. If you want to punish someone, just punish me. Lin Tian calmly ate the roasted water goblin meat, turning his back to leave. Admit fault? Those two words don't exist in my world. The water goblin lord was clearly enraged. Its eyes were bloodshot, its face terrifyingly dark. It roared, Hateful! 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 I swear, sooner or later, I will kill every single one of you. Hearing this, Lin Tian, who was walking away, suddenly paused. He turned his head, looked at it, and asked, Who gave you the delusion that you would still be alive? The water goblin lord replied without fear. Do you dare to kill me? I am the Lord of the West. The cannibal vulture leaned in close to Lin Tian and whispered, Xiao Tian, in the Great Tomb, internal conflicts between lords are strictly forbidden. Only if you are not a lord can you challenge one. There was once a level 10 lord who encroached upon another lord. The result was that the Bone King sent people to kill him directly. If you want to kill the water goblin lord, I'm afraid. Lin Tian waved his hand. He looked towards the water goblin lord and gave a faint smile. It's fine. I know my limits. When the opportunity comes, I will make them die in even greater despair. With that, Lin Tian narrowed his eyes and said, It's time to set off, so that the Lord of the North can also taste the flavor of regret. He quietly calculated in his mind, I'll deal with these traitors now to prevent them from stabbing me in the back at the crucial moment of the Great War. At the northern domain, Lin Tian led everyone to this land covered in ice and snow. The goblin walking behind him couldn't help but say, Boss, your artifact really works. I don't feel cold at all right now. Alice Nia turned to look at Lin Tian. Apostle, exactly how many magical artifacts did you obtain when you went to the dwarves? Lin Tian replied with a smile. I'm not sure, but it's enough for us to use. The magical artifact he was holding was the Heart of Apollo, a world-class artifact. It could release temperatures of thousands of degrees, similar to the sun, and could freely control the heat. It was effective within a 10-meter radius, powerful enough to melt everything that came near the user but did not harm the user. Liao looked around and said, The Northern Lord has always lived alone. In such a vast snowy region, how are we supposed to find him? Lin Tian said nonchalantly, I have my ways. He suddenly stopped at an open field and began to perform a magical creature summoning ritual. Before long, a swarm of magical creatures of various types suddenly walked from the forest towards Lin Tian's group. Liao pointed at them and exclaimed, Look quickly! So many magical creatures are coming out of the snow. The cannibal vulture, standing nearby, added, Lord Shao Tian is truly formidable. He can summon magical creatures wherever he goes. We just have to wait. A heavily wounded snow spirit flew to Lin Tian. It looked up at him and said tremblingly, Great Lord, I know where the red-haired snow monster is. The moment the words fell, the snow spirit lost all strength and dropped down. Fortunately, Liao reacted quickly and reached out to catch it. The snow spirit was shivering uncontrollably. It struggled to stand up with its wounded body. He is in a mountain cave. I can lead you there. Lin Tian looked at it and smiled. Let's go. I've been looking forward to this. Lin Tian's group, guided by the snow spirit, reached a place covered in thick ice and snow. Liao looked at the snow spirit in her hands and asked compassionately, Why are you so badly hurt? The snow spirit looked up at her. We have always been enslaved by the red-haired snow monster lord here. It explained, We are magical creatures born in blizzards and can produce snow essence stones which contain powerful magic. If magical creatures eat them, their strength can rapidly increase. For decades, he has relentlessly enslaved us for reproduction. Even those tormented to death, he does not spare. Lin Tian curved his lips into a cold smile. He couldn't help but think, this snow essence stone sounds like something that can help magical creatures level up. If that's the case, then that guy has even more reason to die. This is the end of the video. Catch the next chapters on the Kapper-sama YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe to support me. Thank you all very much.